Good morning, boys and girls. I hope you are having a fantastic time in your classroom. Let's go ahead and start our chapel out with prayer. So let's bow our heads, close our eyes, let's talk to God. Dear Jesus, thank you so much for this day that you've given us, Lord. Thank you for this time that we get to have chapel. I pray that you would help us to listen and to learn something new today, Lord. I pray that you would just help us to be attentive to what you want us to learn. I pray that you would just speak through me and help the boys and girls to be listening for just something that you want them to learn today, Lord. In your name, I ask these things. Amen. All right, I have a new character quality for you. We have talked about being respectful. We have talked about being obedient, but one of the other big ones that I wanted to bring to your attention today was attentiveness. What does it mean to be attentive? Now, I've been talking with my class about this a lot recently, and we've been talking about what it means to be attentive. So, let's say that your teacher is teaching you, and you're doing one of these things. Does it look like Miss Romero's being attentive right now? No. Why not? I'm still listening, right? Well, your teacher doesn't know that because being attentive is watching and listening. I know Mrs. Libernini has talked to us about this in chapel before, and she told us those two things. When you are being attentive, that means that you are watching and you are listening. You know, God created so many amazing animals, hasn't he? He's created things like lions and tigers and cats and dogs and what else? Ostriches and pigs and elephants and foxes and all of those wonderful creatures that we get to enjoy, that we get to look at because they're so beautiful. But there's one animal that I want to bring to your attention today because this animal really helps remind us about attentiveness. I'm going to show you what that is. Who thinks they know what kind of animal this is? Here, I'll show you his back and his ears. What animal is this? If you said deer, then you are right. This is a deer. And you might say, well, that's really great, Miss Romero, but what does a deer teach me about attentiveness? Well, God made the deer to show us attentiveness in this way. Have you ever seen a deer eating? When a deer eats, they don't eat like us with like a fork or a spoon, or they don't cut up their meat to eat. No, they don't do that. They are standing up on their feet and they reach down with their head and eat from the ground, but something happens. As soon as they finish eating their food, boop, their head pops up and they're looking and their ears are up and they're attentive and they're listening. They're trying to see if there's danger around them. God has given them amazing eyesight and amazing hearing, and they have a really good nose where they can smell if there's danger coming. And so the deer, when he eats, he's paying attention to all of these things. Does anything smell funny? Does anything look like it could be danger? Is anything sounding funny? All of these things, they're listening, watching, smelling. All of these things are on alert because they want to know what's going on around me. We can be like the deer also. We should be attentive. We should be attentive in our classrooms. We should be attentive at home. We should be attentive when we're out at the store. We should be attentive everywhere that we go. We should be watching out for what is going on around us. And not only that, but we should be listening, especially when an adult is talking to us. In the Bible, it says in Proverbs 13:1, A wise son heareth his father's instructions. Do we want to be wise? Remember, we learned in our chapel lesson about the wise man and the foolish man? Well, the wise man, he did something that was smart. He built his house on a rock, didn't he? So when the rains came, his house didn't fall. He was being wise. Well, if we are going to be wise, we should always want to be wise, doing our best, right? Well, if we're wise, then we're listening to our Father's instructions. That could mean your father or your mother or your grandfather or your grandmother, perhaps your aunt and uncle if they love and take care of you, maybe some cousins if they are taking care of you. You're listening to their instructions and you're doing it. Well, God says if we are wise, we will pay attention. God has given us to them to teach us. Who did God give us to teach us things? Our parents, our grandparents. When you're in the schoolhouse, your teachers are your authority. You should be paying attention to them. Well, we should also pay attention to other people who have authority over us. Like Miss Romero mentioned, your teachers, maybe your aunts and uncles when they're taking care of you, or your cousins, or maybe even an older brother or sister. This also would include people like our principal, or policemen, or other people who God has placed in authority over us. We should listen and obey because chances are those people are trying to keep us safe. So being attentive, being aware. All right, so before we go and we end our chapel lesson, I have a story for you. This story is called Adam Raccoon at Forever Falls. Now, you have to listen very closely because at the end, I'm going to ask you whether Adam Raccoon was being attentive to his instructions or if he decided he was going to do his own thing. So be listening close, all right? I'm going to read the page and then I'll show you the picture. Hidden in a faraway corner of the world lay Master's Woods. Watching over all who lived in Master's Woods was a mighty lion named King Aaron, and the one he had to watch the closest was Adam Raccoon. There's King Aaron. There's Adam Raccoon. He had to watch Adam Raccoon. Adam was a playful raccoon, and he loved things that shined. He just took his crown. That wasn't very nice. It fits, Adam shouted, but when Adam tried to take the crown off, it was stuck. Oh no. Well, do you want some help? The king asked Aaron. No, I can do it myself, Adam grunted. But finally, after a lot of tugging and pushing, Adam said in a voice you could barely hear, I think I need some help. Uh-oh. King Aaron reached down and pop, the crown came off. I think I had better wear this crown, King Aaron told Adam. Yeah, I guess you're right, Adam admitted. Oh well, gotta go. And off he ran to do what he loved most, swimming. How many of you like to go swimming? I love swimming in the summertime. Well, Adam went swimming, and now he was floating on his back. And he got to play with his friends. Adam could swim anywhere that he wanted, except in the tempting pond, where the water sparkled and shined. It was the most beautiful swimming hole in all of Master's Woods. Look how pretty that is. Sparkly and shiny. But you see, it was also the most dangerous. A swimmer could easily be swept away over Forever Falls. So King Aaron posted a sign that said, "No swimming." No swimming. Well, Adam was upset. He wanted to swim in the tempting pond. Uh-oh, look at that face. He's not having a good attitude about what he's been told to do. "Ach," the blue jay said, "you don't really believe what King Aaron says, do you?" "Well, what do you mean?" asked Adam. "Look at that pond. Do you call that pond dangerous?" "It's very peaceful," the blue jay said, "and it sparkles." He whispered, "Go on in. I'm sure you'll be fine." Uh-oh, what might happen? "Well, yeah," Adam said. "Who's gonna know anyway?" And so, making sure that no one was watching him, he dived in. Ooh, no. It was more wonderful than he could have ever imagined. It looks like Adam's having fun right now, isn't it? It does look like he's having fun, but we'll see if that fun lasts. The blue jay was right. It did feel good. But suddenly, Adam noticed he was moving faster and faster, and he was no longer in the pond. He tried to swim back, but the current, it was too strong. It pulled him farther and farther from the pond, but closer and closer to Forever Falls. Uh-oh. "Help!" Adam cried as the roar of the waterfall got stronger. Adam's friends heard his cries and came running. The bear said, "I can't help him. I'm too big. I'd sink." The rabbit said, "Well, I can't help him. I don't know how to swim." "And I can't help him. I'm too small," the turtle said. Suddenly, they heard a splash. "Who was that?" they all asked. It was King Aaron. Forever Falls thundered as Adam was swept over the edge. With one last stroke, King Aaron grabbed Adam into his mighty arms. He threw Adam back onto the shore. The brave king went over Forever Falls and into the black murky below. He was gone. Adam could do nothing but think of how King Aaron had given his life for him. Do you think Adam was sad at this point? Well, suddenly, the bushes started to rustle, and out came King Aaron. He was alive. Adam leaped into his arms. "Oh, King Aaron, what a fool I was. How can I ever repay you?" With a smile, the king said, "All that I ask, Adam, is that you follow me and you obey." And Adam did. The end. So here's my question. Was Adam being attentive to his instructions at the beginning of the story? Not really. King Aaron had told them, "Do not swim in the tempting pond because there is danger." But Adam thought to himself that he knew what was better, that he could do it and he wouldn't get hurt. But he found out really quick that that wasn't the case. He could have gotten very, very hurt, and he could have hurt somebody else in the process. So it's very important if an adult tells you don't do something, you're attentive, you're listening to what they say, and then you do it. Let me ask this. Did King Aaron forgive Adam for not obeying? he did forgive him, didn't he? But it would have been better if he would have just obeyed in the first place. So I just want you to remember that story and to think the next time somebody asks you to do something, your response should be, yes, ma'am, or yes, sir, and you should do it right away with a happy attitude, because that's what we need to do, not only to make them happy with us, but also to keep us safe. Whenever you see a deer, you might see him on the side of the road when you're driving by on the way to school or on the way home. You might see a deer. I want you to think about that character quality of being attentive, listening with your ears, watching with your eyes and paying attention to what your teacher's saying, and then doing it right away. All right, let's bow our heads and close our eyes. Let's pray and thank God for our chapel lesson today. Dear Jesus, thank you so much for just the lesson that we had today about being attentive. Lord, I pray that you would help us to be wise in our decisions. I pray that you would help us to listen and obey our teachers. I pray that you would just help us to do our very best in this area, Lord. I pray that you would just watch over us in the rest of our day here at school. I pray that you'd help us to have a good day where we can all go home with our green slips. I pray that you would just watch over us. It's your name I ask these things. Amen. All right, who's ready for Student of the Week? I hope you are. I'm going to start off with K3. K3, are you ready to hear who was Student of the Week? Student of the Week in K3 is Jackson. Jackson, very good job. I'm so proud of you. In K4, my Student of the Week is Courtney. Courtney did such a good job. I know Miss Labernini and Mrs. West are so proud of you. K5A, are you ready? Miss Romero chose Zoe for Student of the Week. Very good job, Zoe. And for K5B, Ayana. Ayana, good job. We're so proud of you. I hope that you all have a great rest of your day. Be sure that you're being attentive and obedient to your teachers, and I will see you later. Bye.